Today is the 1st of March 2024, and this will be our 7th video on the histogram. Okay, we've seen a lot of questions, different kinds of questions, where we shorten the graph. Mainly, we've learned how to do the median, the interquartile range, which involves the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Okay, before I start, this might be a part A because the question I have is long, and I don't think it will go into our time slot. Okay, normally I don't want to go a bit longer than necessary. So instead of just rushing through, I might do the first part, which is the female part, and then in our next video continue with the second part, which is the male part. Okay, I thought of using the B part as a starter, but it also involves a graph, a histogram as well. So I think I might just use the next video to discuss that, and then go on to look at something else. Okay, and to look at another topic. Okay, because at the end of the day, we want to learn it very well. I want you to present to you such that you learn it very, very well. And assuming you get a similar question, I'm speaking to those who are going to take exams now, in a few months or in a year or two, you get a similar question, you'll be able to just do it and get the full marks. Okay, and that is the purpose of this platform, really, to help you get a good grade so that you can move on. Okay, now, so I said part A, but I don't know what will happen. So thank you everyone who have subscribed, and thank you to our new subscribers. I appreciate it a lot. And thank you to my follower on Rumble. Okay, thank you so much. Please, if you haven't already, when you watch the video, don't keep it to yourself. Share, like, okay, give us a nice comment. Somebody said hi yesterday. Hi back. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, it is just nice to be nice. At times, the world we live in now, people don't appreciate. I don't know why, but people don't want to be nice. They think mean is the best way, but trust me, it's just nice to be nice. A nice comment doesn't mean you write like 10 sentences. A nice comment can be thank you, or a nice comment can be, oh, hi. Okay, a nice comment can be thanks a lot, which I get some of those and appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. Okay, beware of scammers. And then before I go on with that, if the account is not yours, okay, ask permission. I'm asking, I keep on saying that because we know that people's accounts have been closed down for what was written on the account. Okay, so You don't want to use somebody else's account and put a comment in there that somebody might end up judging and saying that it's not right. Okay, so if somebody lets you on the account to watch this, be just nice and courteous, don't misuse it. Okay, but another way also is to open your own account. There you can write whatever you want to write. Okay, use it however you want to use it, and it's for you. Okay, and at the end of the day, if you get yourself into trouble, you wrote it, so you are responsible for that. Okay, so please, people can help you open your account, or you can just follow the instructions and open your own account. It's no shame that you don't know a lot of things. I don't know a lot of things about social media. I'm now learning. Okay, initially all I go and do is read headlines, to just update myself about what is going on in our world. And at times I get fed up because people are just complaining. So I start watching something. I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore. Okay, so you can also open your account and use it however you want. Okay, and that one you can always defend yourself. Okay, but please don't use somebody else's account. I want subscribers, but I don't want you to take advantage of somebody else's account. That leads me to the topic of scammers. Okay, I've banged on a lot about it, and I'll continue saying, even though I'm saying it, I still get scammers. People using Royal Mail to say I have a parcel somewhere and I should pay this money up front. Look, all those are scammers. Don't fall for it. If it's not coming from the video, and even if it's coming from the video, you might have to ask if it has to do with money. Then it's not me, because I'm not using this platform to solicit for funds. Okay, so wherever the money is going to, whether orphanage, amputees, starving children, they add more to the list every day, and it's so funny because they are being sophisticated. But just be wise and take care of yourself. Now, recap. We've done a lot of histogram work. Okay, so I am hoping that if this should come into your exam, you'll be able to do it. Watch last video for recap, because most of the videos link to each other. Okay, if you're writing exams in a couple of months, I don't think you have that. But as you scroll through the videos, there might be quite, like, we've done like 50 exam questions, both calculator and non-calculator. So if I were you, I'll start looking at those questions critically. Okay, because guess by looking at those, they are past papers, and if it shows up, you can answer them. Okay, and then look at some topics, because all the topics I've done, they come with examples, examples. Okay, now I started today, which is similar to what we did yesterday. It's a foundation non-calculator paper. Okay, so this here y divided by 4 is y divided by 4. These questions can come in the higher or the foundation paper, and normally it comes in the first few questions. Okay, if you don't know what to choose, leave it. Okay, that is a tip I'm giving you there. Okay, because you don't have to solve the questions 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you can start solving from question 4, question 5. Solve it properly. Make sure that you are getting the full mark. Target the questions that you've learned, the topics. Answer them. If you are good at graph work, look for the graph question. Solve maybe histogram or the archive. Solve it, and then or maybe algebra, maybe geometry. Um, Solve these that you are comfortable with, and then leave these ones, because some of these questions they carry 1 or 2 marks. You don't want to start the exam and be muddied up. Okay, so just go target the questions you can solve and get the full marks, and then go back and comb through all the questions. At times you might end up solving a question like question 15 that might give you a formula in there to answer question 8. Okay, but assuming you solve question 8 in that order before you go to 15, and then you deduce the formula but you use the wrong one, then you might realize that you didn't get the right answer. Then you have to go back and redo it. So target the questions that are easiest for you that you can solve, and then when you finish, go back to question 1 and then work your way through. As I said, you don't have to solve all the questions. Okay, nobody is perfect. At times you see me canceling things on my notes because I did the question before, and then maybe I'm going over and I realize that, oh, this is not right. Like yesterday, instead of drawing my histogram bar up to 6, I stopped at 5.5. Okay, it's an honest mistake, but assuming it was exam, I would lose marks for that. Okay, so you need to, it's an exam, you need to just be careful how you solve it if you want your A star to C grade. Okay, so yeah, this can be confusing. Y divided by 4. So if you have this among, assuming this is what you're supposed to find, and you have this, then you can circle this or underline this depending on what they want you to do. 4 divided by y, this is what this implies. So 4 divided by y, this is y divided by 4, or a quarter of y. Okay, so y divided by 4, or 1/4 of y. This one here is 4y, so it's 4 multiplied by y, or 4 times y. Okay, so this is what this is. Okay, so these questions, they come all the time. They can come in both foundation and the higher paper. Okay, just make sure you have you have it. If you don't know how to do it, leave it and move on to the next question, because they are working against time. Okay, don't spend 10 minutes doing one question and still getting it wrong for a mark. It's not relevant. Okay, leave it, go to the other questions, and then use that knowledge, come back, and then do these questions. Okay, now, as I said, a histogram question that we are looking at today is two parts. Okay, but I realized that I couldn't do all in one video because that'll be very long. Okay, so I'm going to do the first part. Okay, and maybe do a second video in our next video to show you the second part, but I'll link that video to this part. Okay, so if you watch this A part, it's good, but you might need the information in this video to look at the second video I'll be doing. But I'll try so much that I'll give you the important information so that I will not be going back and forth. Okay, now example, here are exam scores of 100 female in year 11. Okay, so this part deals with 100 female, and the other one part, this part 2 of this, deals with 100 male in year 11. Okay, note this question again, they gave me the graph and I had to create my own table. You don't have to draw the table, but it helps if you can draw the table, or you just use the graph to answer the questions. I've done a lot of median work, lower quartile, upper quartile, interquartile range, okay, and use the histogram to answer some questions with you. So by now, if you've been given the table to draw the graph, or if you've been given a path graph to complete using the table you've been given, or if you've been asked to find the frequency table, the class weight, etc., you should be able to do it. Okay, you should be able to do it. So this table wasn't giving me. Okay, so the table, this is the female part. So this is the table I did. My test score from 0 to 10. Okay, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 50, 50 to 60, and 60 to 70. And then my class width now here is 10, 10, 10. 30 to 50 is 20, 50 to 60 is 10, 60 to 70 is another 10. Okay, now using the table, the frequency density of bar 1 is 0. So 0 times 10 give me a frequency of 0. Frequency density of bar 2 is 1. So 1 times 10, frequency of 10. Frequency density next bar 1.5. 1.5 times 10, frequency of 15. Next, frequency density 2.5. 2.5 times 20 is 50. Next, frequency density of is 1.5. 1.5 times 10 is 15. Frequency density of 1, 10. 1 times 10 is 10. Okay. Now look at it. The class width. Apart from 20, is on equal interval. Okay. No, apart from the 20 makes it unequal. Okay, so we have 10, 10, 10, and then it jumps to 20, 10, 10, 10. If the intervals are equal, then we can use it to plot the ogive, the cumulative frequency curve. Okay, but because they are not equal, we can plot the histogram. Now, frequency, if you total everything, it should give you 100. So 0 at 10 is 10, at 15 is 25, at 50 is 75, at 15 is 90, and at 10 is 100. So the total, the summation of the frequency is 100. So the table is right. I'll zoom in for you to look at the table. So this is our table. So I hope you can see my table. Okay, let me go closer. So that's the test score. Frequency, class width, frequency density, and that is my intervals. Okay. I don't want to go too far in case you don't see. So here we go. Okay. Now, I need to show you the graph that gave me this. So they gave me this graph here. Okay, they gave me the full graph. Okay, and then I just added a bit. Okay, so the x-axis up to 70. Okay, score or marks of the females. The bar 1, the frequency density is 0, so that is space. That is 1, 1.5, 2.5, 1.5, 1, okay, and it's up to 70 here. Here, I labeled up to 4. My y-axis is the frequency density. Score of female students in year 11. Okay, that's my title. Guess the date. 1st of March 2024 for my own reference. Okay, because the graph is a lot, so I would like to, in case it slips somewhere and I look at it and I look at the day I did this presentation, then I know that this graph is for this week. And I had to even categorize female because there's a similar part 2 that gives me the first 3 bars, and I need to use it to answer some questions. Okay, so look at the x-axis: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 2 boxes for 1, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, I don't need after that because the highest class is 2.5, so I don't have to, but just to use most of the graph I had to do 2 boxes for a 1. Okay, so they gave me this graph and I used it to deduce this graph here. Okay, and I used it to do my table. Okay. As I said in the exam, you don't have to do the table. You do the table, okay, to help you answer the question. So in your revision, you realize that when you do the table, like when you are breaking these median scores down, it helps you. Okay, so now let's answer the question. The median score is half of 100 because the sample space is 100, and we've realized that under the frequency, when we added everything, it was 100. So half of 50. So by 1, it has a frequency density of 0 times an interval of 10. So we have 0. So we will add it up till we get to 50. But 2, 10, the class width times 1 frequency density, 10. Okay, we want 50. The next bar, 10 times 1.5, 15. The next bar, 10 times 2.5 is 25. So if you add them, 0, 10, 25. Okay, add 25 again, you get 50. Okay, so the median will be on the 4th bar at the position 1, 2, 3, 4, 40. Okay, on the x-axis. So when we take our graph, now here the graph starts from 0. So this is the 40. So that will be our median. Okay, that will be our median here. Now they just go on to ask us to find the interquartile range. So to find that, we need the lower quartile, and the lower quartile will be a quarter of our total frequency, which is 25. So bar 1 again, which we did for median. So you just go on, and when you get to 25, you stop, and then you read that on the x-axis. So 0 at 10 is 10. Okay, bar 2, bar 3. So the lower quartile to get up to 25 will be in on bar 3. So when you look at your graph here, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. So this is 25, and that'll be a lower quartile, which is 30. Okay, so we found the lower quartile. We need to go on and find the upper quartile, which is 3/4 of 100, 75. So 75 bar 1 again. So we need to get to 75 and stop. So bar 1, we've done that for the median, 0. bar 2, 10, bar 3, 15, bar 4. Now we don't use 10, we use 20. 20 times 5 is 50. So you have 0, 10, 25. Okay, add 50 is 75. So it means our upper quartile will be on bar 4. So 10, 10, 10, add 20 is 50. So we come to the x-axis here. That is our 50 mark, and that will be our upper quartile to get to 75. Okay. So you use the class width, okay, and see where you can stop. So you multiply the class width by the frequency density and accumulate it, okay, so you get to a quarter of your total frequency, or a half of the total frequency, or 3/4 of the total frequency, depending on what you have. So you can see that this is my median mark there on the graph. This is my lower quartile, 30, and that is my upper quartile. Okay. So now to find the interquartile range, it's the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, which is 50 minus 30. Okay, it can be 75 because even if you look at the class weight, it doesn't go up to 75 here. Okay, but so a 3/4 of 100, if assuming you count it, it ends at 50. So if you write 75, then I think you're not thinking properly about the question, or you didn't learn the topic well. Okay, at times we did estimation, you have to think about the answer as you go along to make sure, so that can help you. When you finish, you have a bit of time, you can say that this makes sense or this doesn't make sense. Okay, so yeah, so your interquartile range now is 50 minus 30, which is 20. Okay, so this is the first part of the question. If I want to do the second part, it will take me another 20, 25, 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave that part for our next video. In that part, they've given us part of the histogram. Okay, I'll do the table, answer the questions, and then on Monday we'll have a look. Okay, even if I use the starter, I thought of using the starter for the next video to finish this question, but if I use the starter, I don't think it will help that much. So what I'll do is I'll just dedicate that video to doing the second part, okay, and linking that to this. So this is part A, the next one will be part B, okay, so that we can have a full picture in case a similar question comes. I don't think it will be that long, but at least if part of that question come a similar one, then you should be able to answer it. Please subscribe, share, like, follow. Nice comment to be appreciated. Okay, and take care of yourself. Beware of scammers. Thank you so much, okay, for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next.